I sat by the window every morning, holding my knitting needles in hands, too tired to create anything new. The mornings were always the hardest, when the house echoed with silence and all I could hear was the memory of her laughter. My name is Amna. I'm a grandmother. And once, not too long ago, I was also a mother in law, a mother and a woman who had love snatched away from her. By choice, not fate. Let me tell you a story, not of my youth, but of the later chapters of my life. The part where I met her, Zoya, my daughter in law, or at least she used to be. Zoya was everything a mother could wish for her son: gentle, bright, full of love. She came into our home after marrying my only son, Saad. He was a simple man, loyal, hardworking, not very poetic, but pure of heart. For 3 years, I watched them laugh, grow, build a life. I would cook with Zoya, sit beside her, and share stories of my time, and she would often say, "Ami, mujhe aapki misal banni hai. Aap jaisi saas sabko mile." But love, you see, is fragile when it's compared. It started subtly: late night phone calls, glowing smiles while texting. Saad noticed first, but remained silent, trusting her, giving her space. I noticed too, but like every old heart, I gave her the benefit of doubt. I reminded myself, maybe she's just lonely. Maybe it's just a friend. But it wasn't. One evening, she stood before us, her suitcase packed, her eyes cold. She looked at Saad and then at me and said, "I'm leaving. I love someone else. He's better. He understands me more. I can't lie anymore." And just like that, she walked out of our lives. Saad didn't cry. He just stood there, like a man who forgot how to breathe. That night, he didn't speak, nor the next. It took him months to heal, but what broke me wasn't just her leaving Saad, it was her leaving me. I had come to love her like my own daughter, and she threw it all away. A year passed, seasons changed, Saad buried himself in work. I buried my pain in prayer. The house grew quieter. I sometimes still cooked her favorite dishes out of habit. There were moments when I hated her for what she did, but deep down, a part of me still missed the girl who used to laugh beside me while kneading dough. Then, one cold December evening, the bell rang. I opened the door and saw her. Zoya. She looked nothing like the girl who left. Her eyes were swollen, lips chapped, her scarf barely hanging on. In her arms, a child, barely a few months old. "Ami," she whispered, voice trembling. "Can I come in?" I froze. My heart pounded. My mind screamed, "No, not after what you did," but my mouth said nothing. I stepped aside. She walked in and sat on the very couch where she once shared stories. I made tea, mostly to distract myself from the storm inside me. After minutes of silence, she finally spoke. "He left me," she said. "He said I was too emotional, said I was too much drama. The same man I left everything for, called me a burden when I became a mother." Her voice cracked, but I said nothing. "I thought he was better," she continued, wiping her tears. "He made promises, gave me dreams, but they were lies. When I told him I was pregnant, his love turned cold. He said he never wanted a family, that I should go back where I came from." Zoya sobbed, holding the baby closer. "And I had nowhere else to go, except here." I looked at her, really looked. She was broken, not just physically, but deep in her soul. Betrayal had carved scars across her spirit. And for the first time, I didn't see the woman who betrayed my son. I saw a girl who made a terrible mistake and paid the price. "You hurt us, Zoya," I finally said, my voice calm but firm. "You broke Saad's heart. You walked away from family, from love. You said someone else was better." She nodded, guilt painting her face. "I know. I was blind. I was selfish. I ruined everything." The baby stirred in her arms, letting out a soft cry. I stared at the child. He had Zoya's eyes, but there was something in his expression. Something familiar. A sadness, perhaps. Or maybe it was just the reflection of what his mother carried. "Does Saad know?" I asked. "No," she whispered. I didn't know if I had the right to tell him. I stood up. "You do, not for your sake, but for this child. He deserves to know his father, and Saad deserves to know he has a son." She nodded again, tears dripping freely. I walked to the kitchen, fetched warm milk, and brought it to her. As she fed the baby, I sat beside her quietly. Ami, she said softly, do you hate me? I looked out the window before answering. The sky was beginning to darken, painted with shades of orange and sorrow. I did, I replied. But hating you never healed anything. And now, I just feel sorry. She lowered her gaze. But listen to me, Zoya, I continued. If you're here to fix things, you'll have to earn it. You left with arrogance, but you've returned with regret. That's a start. But it's not the end. I'm ready, she whispered. To apologize, to take responsibility, to be better.
I nodded, unsure of what tomorrow held. That night Saad came home. I didn't speak. I let Zoya do the talking. And when he heard the truth, the child, the betrayal, the pain, he didn't scream. He didn't curse her. He simply walked out of the room, tears flowing silently down his face. But that night, he returned. And for the first time in a year, we all sat at the dinner table. Broken, bruised, but trying. Because sometimes life isn't about perfect choices, but about second chances. And maybe, just maybe, love has enough space for forgiveness.